Welcome back to Core 4 Adventures. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today and announce for you our next big adventure, and we could not be more excited. We have booked ourselves a 7-night cruise on the AmaWaterways Amalia, the romantic Danube. That's right, we are taking a European river cruise.
We are so excited to be going on this trip, and the thing that we are doing a little different today is we're going to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes on what we do to plan and prepare for a trip. But before we get into that, first, if you like this video or get anything out of it, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel because it really does help us out.
So our first question is, why are we booking a trip with AmaWaterways?
Well, this is going to be my first trip with AmaWaterways, but not Carol and Pepper's.
That's right. We took a cruise on AmaWaterways in 2022 for our 20th wedding anniversary. We did the Taste of Bordeaux, and we had such a great time. We were actually meant to go on it in 2020, March of 2020, but that didn't happen because of the pandemic, obviously. But we did get to take that cruise 2 years later in March of 2022. In fact, we were the very first cruise back after the pandemic for that cruise line in Bordeaux. It was an amazing 5-star experience, and we have been just so anticipating a chance for Laura to get to experience it as well.
They have talked about that trip so many times, and I'm looking so forward to getting to experience that. One of the coolest things about the AmaWaterways River Cruise is that all of your excursions are included in the price. That's actually really cool. You don't have to make that decision at the port. What excursion do I want to do? Am I going to go off on my own because it's a cheaper way to do it? If they have an excursion that day or that afternoon, sometimes they have more than one excursion in the same day, you are entitled to go on that excursion free of charge. It's already paid for in your cruise fare.
And that's one of the things that I liked most about AmaWaterways is that the cruise fare is really all-inclusive. It covers your room and board, your travel, your food. They serve wine, beer at sip and sail hour, at lunch, and at dinner unlimited. If you want more drinks other than that, you can buy them at the bar. And then all of the excursions are included as well. So when you're comparing prices to an ocean cruise versus AmaWaterways cruise, you may be like, wow, that looks pretty expensive. But once you add up all of the things that you have to add on to an ocean cruise, such as excursions or specialty dining and the drink package or anything like that, it's pretty comparable, and you get 5-star service with AmaWaterways. So Laura, why did we pick this itinerary?
Well, all of us got to go on a 50th birthday trip, and this one's for Randy. He didn't make it to his 50th birthday, but we're going to honor him, and we wanted to go on something that we knew he would have really loved. He loves castles, he loves Europe, he's always wanted to go on a river cruise in Europe, and so we're going to take him along.
That's right. He's going to be with us, and this is all in honor of his 50th birthday, and we wanted to do it big, and you can't get bigger than a European river cruise. So our itinerary for this trip is going to be amazing. We fly into Munich. We're going to be there for 2 nights on our own, and then we're going to get on a train and take it to Vilshofen or Vilshofen. I'm not sure how to pronounce it myself, but that's where we're going to board our AmaWaterways river cruise. We're going to take it 7 nights along the Danube River. We're going to hit amazing spaces like we're going to go to Bratislava, we're going to go to Vienna, and we're going to end up in Budapest, Hungary.
It's going to be so exciting, and I'm so looking forward to our side trips on our own ahead of time. We're going to go to Neuschwanstein. Randy always wanted to go to Neuschwanstein.
So that is the big famous castle in Bavaria, Germany that everybody knows. So we're going to see it for ourselves and, of course, share it with you.
And it is the castle that Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland Paris was modeled after. And, of course, we got to see that for her birthday in December. So we'll link that video right here. You can go check it out before the new ones come out.
I think one of the things I'm most excited about, Laura, is the fact that we're going to go to 5 different countries, 5 new countries on this one trip. We're going to go to Germany. We're going to go to the Czech Republic, We're going to go to Slovakia, we're going to go to Austria, and we're going to go to Hungary. So that is 5 different European countries that we're going to see in 1 week. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about the Czech Republic. We have a choice for that day. We land in Linz, and you can either go to Salzburg and see all of the Sound of Music stuff, or you can go to Český Krumlov, this little medieval town in the Czech Republic with a walled city with a castle and a moat, and there are bears that have lived in that moat for centuries.
And that's the one that we picked because we just can't wait to see that.
So let's talk, Carol, about the booking process and the cabins that we chose, because I think that it's going to surprise our viewers in that we definitely didn't choose a balcony cabin this time.
Right. We actually did something called a swan view cabin. It's on the lowest deck of the ship, and it's got 2 porthole windows out of each of our cabins. And we did this for a couple different reasons.
Well, when you're on a river cruise, the cruise ships often dock side by side, several ships at a time, and it really makes it so that your balcony is not very usable, because you could sit out on your balcony, but there's going to be another ship directly next to your ship. So why would we waste the money on a balcony when we could use the money on other excursions like the side trips we're doing ahead of time?
And I've been on an AmaWaterways cruise before, and I know that I didn't spend a ton of time in my cabin. And the ships are so small, it's just easy to enjoy every single part of them, including the upper deck or the lounge areas, that we didn't feel the need to get a balcony cabin this time. If you're booking your own river cruise and you want a balcony cabin, hey, go for it, because they are spectacular. But for this trip, to make it happen, we just decided to go with that swan view room.
So we are flying into Munich a couple days ahead, and we are spending a whole day on a trip to Neuschwanstein because it is a good 2-hour trip each way from Munich, but we are going to have some time in Munich itself, and I am so excited to go to Munich.
Yeah, some of the highlights that are on our itinerary are going to be things like the Hofbrauhaus. We're going to check out the Munich residence so that we can see some of those crown jewels. You know how we feel about crown jewels. We will have seen the British crown jewels, the French crown jewels, and the Bavarian crown jewels all within like a couple months. So that's definitely high on our list.
That's really exciting. We're going to go to the Marienplatz, and we are absolutely going to see the Glockenspiel. I cannot wait for that.
And of course, big on our list is the food. The food in Munich is something that we cannot wait to explore.
I am absolutely having schnitzel and spätzle. Absolutely. And of course, for Pepper, it's the birthplace of Pilsner. It's absolutely one of his favorite beers to start with, and it did not take much convincing to get him to come along on this trip.
So Prost, come along with us on that, because the food is going to be incredible. So we've already talked about one of the big benefits of booking a cruise with AmaWaterways is that your excursions are all included.
But one of the best parts is how flexible they are with the excursions. They did ask us to choose before we even embark on the cruise what we want to do for the excursions, but I have heard it's very easy to switch even up to the night before your actual excursion if you change your mind. For example, Carol and I are really starting to second guess an excursion that we booked for Bratislava because we've learned that the taste of Slovakia may be more the taste of the beers of Slovakia, and that's really just not our style. We may let Pepper do that on his own and go do a different tour.
So starting off with embarkation day, that's night 1, we get to Vilshofen or Vilshofen. We promise that we're going to figure out how to say that town the correct way, but if you know how to, put it in the comments below. Once we get there, AmaWaterways host an all-inclusive Oktoberfest, no matter what time of the year. So we're going to be there in March, and we're going to get to experience an Oktoberfest with a band and the beer and Prost. It's going to be fun. Come along with us.
So much fun. We're going to actually stay in Vilshofen that night, and the next day we're going to go to Passau.
And what are we doing in Passau, Laura?
In Passau, we are doing a walking tour of the city of 3 rivers. There are 3 rivers that converge in Passau, and it is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, really looking forward to that, to see all of the culture and the history in that area. After that, we are going to Linz, and at that point, we have a choice to make. We could either go to Salzburg or we could go to Český Krumlov. Now, I have a friend that did this exact same itinerary on AmaWaterways, and they did the Salzburg tour. And if you are a fan of The Sound of Music, the movie, this is the tour for you. You actually get to go tour some of the sites where they filmed the movie, such as the Abbey where the wedding took place and the garden where they sang Do, Re, Mi. He said that he just adored it, and then he came home and started watching the movie with his family, and now The Sound of Music is his daughter's favorite movie. But we really wanted to add a fifth country to our itinerary.
It's a nice opportunity when you're going to Český Krumlov to go into a fifth country, and that is the Czech Republic.
Yeah, so it adds another country off of our list. Plus, I really am looking forward to seeing that medieval castle, and I really hope that we get to see the bears, because that would be the cherry on top.
Very cool, very unique experience that you can only have in Český Krumlov. So for day 4, we end up going through the Wachau Valley. The Wachau Valley is known for its Riesling and Gewürztraminer.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally mine and Carol's cup of tea, hands down.
Or a glass of wine.
Or a glass of wine. And that's the day that we're going to Dürnstein, and we're going to have an apricot and wine tasting.
That's right, because in Dürnstein, they are known for where they grow apricots, and I really hope that the trees are in bloom while we're there. That would be just absolutely beautiful. And they've got all kinds of apricot products like jam, apricot syrup, apricots themselves, apricot wine. So we're going to be trying all of those on our tour that includes all of those food tastings as well.
Absolutely. Very, very much looking forward to seeing the trees. There's a very good chance that they are going to be in full bloom, and that's just going to be absolutely spectacular.
So after that, is it Vienna the next day?
I do believe it's Vienna the next day.
Okay, well, we're going to the home of Mozart, which is Vienna, Austria, and that is going to be incredible. We're going to get to see the Vienna Opera House and tour the city of itself. We're doing the walking tour that day, correct?
Yes, the walking tour of Vienna that day too. And speaking of apricots, I absolutely hope we get to have some Zuckertorte, which is this fabulous dark chocolate torte with an apricot filling.
And is that in Vienna? Is that famous in Vienna?
That is a very famous torte in Vienna.
So one of the things about the walking tours at AmaWaterways is that they have something for anybody's speed. So they've got the normal average walking tour. That's what we've signed up. They've got a more active, fast-paced walking tour. If you want to maybe see a little bit more, you're more physically active and you want to get out there and walk faster and not have as many stops. Or they've even got a gentle walking tour for those of you who may need to take it a little bit slower. It really has something for everybody on AmaWaterways, and I really like that about them. So on that note, one of the other things that AmaWaterways does is that they have a bike program where if you want to get out and see Europe on your bike, they have bikes on the ship and you just sign up for that tour as well. That's not going to be one that we sign up for, but hey, if you're into that, we're happy for you.
So for day 6, that's when we go to Bratislava. Slovakia. And Carol and I really were excited about the Taste of Slovakia tour, but that's where it's flexible. The night before every tour, you're going to get a briefing in the lounge from the people at AmaWaterways, and they're going to explain what each tour is about. And at that point, if Carol and I decide that it's not the right tour for us, it's very easy for us to switch it.
Yeah, we got a feeling that the Taste of Slovakia tour had a lot of beer associated with it. And while we are going to drink some beer while we are in Europe, it's not our favorite. We're definitely more wine drinkers, but Pepper loves beer. So this is a chance where he may go off on his own and do that tour. And we have the option to do the Coronation City walking tour because Bratislava is known as the Coronation City. A lot of kings were crowned there. So it might be right up our alley to go check out all of that architecture and history.
And then on our final day, we get to go to Budapest. And we get 2 excursions that day, one in Buda and in Pest.
And you know that Budapest is the capital of Hungary, but they actually used to be two cities separated by the Danube River. And so that's why you go to the Buda side and then the Pest side separately. And we get to see the beautiful Budapest Parliament House. It just looks absolutely stunning, and we can't wait to check that out. Unfortunately, that is our last night on the ship, and we have to fly out early the next day, so it may be a little bit of a whirlwind, but we are so looking forward to it.
So now that we've talked about where we're going to go, let's talk about our packing strategy for this trip.
Yeah, we are going to be there mid-March, mid to late March, and the weather it's spring, so we don't know what to expect. We're definitely going to be taking some weatherproof jackets, layers so that we can layer up and layer down if need be. During the day, most of the time, jeans, tennis shoes, good, comfortable walking shoes is appropriate. Something really casual. You don't need to get too dressy during the day.
But you do want to dress up a little bit for dinner at night. So we'll be taking some nice dresses and button-down shirts for Pepper. It doesn't have to be too fancy. It's not black tie by any means, but you do want to look really nice on the ship.
Yeah, he's going to take his suit jacket because there's 2 nights on the ship that we're really looking forward to. One is we get to do the chef's table tasting menu, and that is included in your cruise fare, where you get to go to a special dining room and they prepare an amazing menu that is tasting of all of the best dishes that they have on the ship. So that's going to be amazing, and they pair it with wine every single course. And then the final night of the cruise is the captain's dinner, and that is a fancier affair. So we are going to be dressing up, but you know that we love to dress up when we go on our trips because it makes it extra special.
Right. Even if we're on a cruise that doesn't require you to dress up for dinner, we still like to do it at least a time or two just to change things up and be a little fancy.
So as for technology needs, we are going to be taking our normal things like our iPhones, we're going to be taking our Kindles, we're going to be taking our headphones, but I do believe that there is free Wi-Fi included on the ship. There is going to be a television or an iPad in every single room where you can watch movies or see ship information, port information, things like that. So technology isn't going to be too difficult, but we are going to bring our brand new power adapter.
Right. We have these fantastic power adapters that can adapt to the sockets in just about any country in the world. So they're small and compact. I'll drop a picture right here. And what a great thing for us to bring on this trip. We aren't taking anything that needs to have voltage conversion, so our power adapters don't have that. You need to check and make sure that your cell phone and devices can have both 110 and 220 voltage, but most smartphones can.
And if I remember correctly, it was the European plugs on the ship, so I will be prepared either way. So Laura, what are you most looking forward to on this trip? Or if there's just one thing that you really want to see, what is that?
So for me, Neuschwanstein was absolutely the most important thing for me to see. That's why we're doing the side trip the day before. But I'm super excited to get to have that AmaWaterways experience that Carol and Pepper have really told me all about and just absolutely loved. I'm also looking forward to going to several German-speaking countries because I did study German when I was younger. And as you all know, we do Duolingo every day, and I have switched my language to German for the last few months since we got back from Paris so that I can prepare for this trip.
And I don't know German at all, so I'm going to be depending on her for everything. I think she's taught me how to say ein Wein bitte, which means one wine, please. So thanks for that, sis.
I think that's the most important thing for her to know.
I think that for me, I'm looking forward to seeing all of these countries that I've never been to. This will be the first time in Germany for all of us. Austria, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Austria. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Or did I say Austria already?
Hungary.
Hungary's the one that I missed. So I'm really excited to see 5 different countries. I think just the countryside itself. One of the things I'm most looking forward to is going through the locks on the river, because that is the way that you get from a lower part of the river to a higher part of the river, is you go through a lock. And we didn't get to do that when we were on the Taste of Bordeaux cruise. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And I think that all of us, all 3 of us, Pepper, Laura, and I, are really looking forward to honoring Randy's 50th birthday, taking him along with us, and making it a big celebration because he deserves it just like the rest of us did. So that's going to be close to our hearts. Didn't mean to make you cry, sis, but it doesn't take much.
It does not.
We are doing okay. We want you to know that. We are doing okay, and we are going to continue to move forward together, the three of us, just like we promised.
We have a lot of things planned for the rest of the year,
Yes.
so stick with us. Carol and I have a girls' trip planned later this summer,
It's going to be
and
amazing.
I cannot wait.
We're going someplace warm. We haven't been anywhere warm in a really long time, so.
Warm and probably going to involve a little bit of snorkeling, one of our favorite activities.
Yeah. So thank you so much for talking to us today. We are so excited to share with you what our next adventure will be.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of our content. And we will see you next time on Core 4 Adventures.
Bye.
Bye.